Okay, I told you yesterday, there's not going to be a lot of variety because I couldn't buy very small amounts of oatmeal, of rice, of meat, etc. Today's going to be the exact same meal. Oatmeal, the last banana, hope it's not like totally black, and some peanut butter. But to mix it up, because I can't just have 7 videos in a row being me cooking in a rice cooker, I am going to show you all the prep while giving you a poker story via voiceover. I hope that the timing works out because I don't know exactly how much footage I'm going to get downstairs cooking the oatmeal, and I don't even know what story I'm going to tell you yet, but I hope it syncs perfectly. The time it takes to tell you the story and the amount of time I have the footage of all the oatmeal. Let's see if it works. Today's story is dealer mistakes. Now I want to preface this by saying I'm glad this dealer is a dealer. This was October 2nd, 2020, specifically that day, but I was playing poker when things reopened after the shutdown in Baltimore, in the Baltimore area for like 3 months. I'm glad this guy was a dealer. Without him, we would have had one fewer table running every day at the Horseshoe Baltimore, but he was prone to mistakes and he wasn't as focused. So, first hand of this 2-hand story. First hand, the small blind puts out a $5 chip, a red chip. It's a $1 small blind. It's 1-3 at the Horseshoe Baltimore. Eventually, there's a button raise to $17. Now, the dealer thinks the $5 chip that the small blind put out is part of the raise coming from the button. Well, it's not, but he just kind of groups them all together when he eventually looks over and announces a raise to 22. Okay, weird that he doesn't notice the small blind has no chips out in front of him, but he announces a raise to 22 and doesn't even ask the small blind to put out any more money. So, small blind folds, 2 limpers call. Now the limper should have called 17, instead they both called 22, so they're out $5. And the small blind put out a $5 chip for a $1 small blind, should be getting $4 change. He's getting no change because his chip was put into someone else's raise. So when the woman on the button wins the hand, the first limper is out $5, the second limper is out $5, the small blind is out $4. The woman on the button wins more money than she should. She's a winner in this hand, and I'm also a winner in this hand because I got a good story out of it. The very next hand, there are 5 limps, classic Horseshoe Baltimore. 5 limpers, the small blind raises to 16. Big blind folds, 3 limpers fold, 2 limpers call. Now how much should be in the pot? 3 limpers and the big blind. That's 4 people who put in $3 and have now folded. That's $12 total. The raiser and 2 callers have put in 16. That's $48 total in people going to the flop. 48 plus 12 is 60. I know the pot should have 60. I wasn't in the hand. I folded pre. I look away for a few seconds. I look back and I see the pot has $67. Something is really far off. I hear the last caller talking to the dealer. Now we have masks, we have plexiglass. It's tough to hear everything, but it sounds like the guy is saying he should have gotten change from his call. And you would think, he put out 20 for $16. He should be getting $4 in change. That still wouldn't correct the pot. So I don't know exactly where this extra $7 came from, but the pot is $7 heavy. So the dealer is trying to do this pre-flop math. You could tell he's thinking, I say very loudly about 5 times, the pot should be $60. Now I'm talking loudly because we have masks and plexiglass. I'm not just screaming at the guy, but you need to talk loudly if anyone's going to hear you. I say about 5 times, the pot should be $60. Eventually, the dealer thinks for a while. He almost puts out the flop without correcting anything. Eventually, he gives $6 back to the guy who was asking him for change and telling him that there was a mistake. Now, that leaves 61 in the pot, which is still an incorrect amount. I don't know where that $1 was supposed to come from, where it did come from, who it should be returned to. I also don't know if the guy who called was supposed to get $6 back. I know the pot was the wrong amount, and the pot is still the wrong amount, although we are closer to the correct amount. So we got to step in the correct direction. This hand plays out. It goes to showdown, of course. We're in Baltimore. Hands go to showdown. A guy wins with quad 4s. The dealer pushes the pot to the losing player. We tell him eventually the money goes to the right player, but that's a bad mistake also. And this hand was the dealer's final hand of his down. The dealers are switching, and as this dealer stands up, he does not move the button. So I need to move the button for the new dealer. So that was quite a bit of mistakes in a two-hand stretch for this dealer. All right, there it is. Hope you enjoyed the story. Hope you enjoyed me doing all the prep with the oatmeal. Tomorrow, I promise, different meal. It will be half of that white onion, half of the green pepper, and half of the sausage.